Hello friends, bit of a different scenery change because there's a lot of junk on the kitchen table that I didn't want to have to move to make the video. But it's just me today. So I thought I would share my thoughts on the television show Space Force. So from the very beginning, like in the first episode, when I was watching it, it did not seem like my kind of show. Not that like I have a specific kind of show, but it just did not seem like something I wanted to watch. And at like the very beginning, there was like this banter between these two characters. I think it was Steve Carell's character and another character, I forget who. One of the people I think in one of the top people from the military. But anyway, and I guess you could tell it was supposed to be funny, but I just didn't think it was very funny. And I didn't know if it was like dad joke humor or what, but the humor just wasn't very funny. And actually, during the first two episodes, I considered just not watching it, and just ending it. But I did make it through the series, because starting in episode 3, it got a lot easier to watch. And I don't know if the show itself got more interesting, but I got more interested in the show. So, Steve Carell's character, in the beginning, I feel like he almost has, like, no redeeming qualities. It's not anything like Michael Scott in The Office. He's very he's very stoic, and he almost seemed like uninterested, and I think that might be part of the reason, like, a lot of times when he tells jokes, it just doesn't seem very funny to me. I don't know if this is my fault, but then all of a sudden his wife is in jail. I don't even know why his wife is in jail. It just doesn't make sense to me. And then another reason I thought I had was the guy named Brad, right? Like, in the beginning at least, every single time Steve Carell's character would go into the office, and then he'd see someone he didn't want to see there, and then the Brad guy would be like, oh, well, so-and-so's in there, they told me not to tell you. After, like, the second time, it got pretty old. It really was not that funny. It really was not. And also, I think it's technically a comedy, but it just doesn't seem like a comedy. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have the comedy vibe. I mean, I know, like, not all comedies have to be, like, the most lighthearted kind of thing, but it just doesn't seem like a comedy, like, even to the point, like, the music that they play, you know what I mean? And it's, like, kind of hard, because, like, the best parts, I think, are not even the funny parts. They're more of, like, the heartwarming parts, like, between Steve Carell's character and his daughter. It's not a blatant satire, right? But then they have people that, like, are supposed to be, like, parodies of certain people in, like, Congress or whatever, but it's not a blatant satire. It's like, I don't know what kind of show this is, honestly. Also, when the rocket went successfully into, like, some kind of orbit, I don't think it should have been successful because it didn't teach the character a lesson, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe his way of doing it is different and it worked, but I just feel like he didn't listen to all these people when they said that we shouldn't launch the rocket on the certain day. So when it does launch and it's successful, it doesn't teach the character a lesson, and it's just kind of disappointing because it almost shows that you can, like, not listen to other people and he still, like, got away with it, you know what I mean? I feel like the humor should be more fast-paced, because I feel like the times when I think something is very funny is too few and far between. If I could speak on Dr. Mallory's character, I think he is one of the best characters in the show. Actually, one of the best scenes, I think, is when he sticks up for Steve Carell's character at the Congress meeting or whatever, because before, Steve Carell's character was like, tap, tap, you know, and he wasn't responding. But then, at the end, he really came through, and it was really nice. Not that Steve Carell's character is a bad character, but it's kind of interesting how, like, I think, not that the best character has to be the main character, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, the best character isn't even the one that we're supposed to be paying the most attention to, I feel like. You know what I mean? And I also feel like the other characters, I know, like, nothing about them at all. Like, obviously, I haven't watched it in, like a few days, so I don't really remember their names. But, the girl that drove, Steve Carell character's, helicopter or whatever when you need to go places, and the other science guy with the glasses and they were kind of friends. Like, when they were in the car ride, all I learned is stuff about K-pop. Like, I don't really know anything about them, and it almost makes it harder to be interested in stuff because I don't really know anything about them. It's like I really don't. And then I also had another thought. Not to relate this to The Office, but, well, to relate this to The Office. But I thought it was interesting how, Steve Carell character's daughter's name is Erin, and on The Office, the only one of them that viewed Steve Carell's character as like a father was Erin, because she was like an orphan and stuff, and so she viewed him as a father, like a father figure. I thought it was kind of nice. I don't know if they did that intentionally. I thought it was interesting. So those are my thoughts on the Space Force television show. I thought it was okay. Like, I didn't think it was like the best show ever, but I don't really hate it. I mean, I did actually generally want to watch it after like starting at like the 3rd episode. And there were some parts that I thought were pretty funny. When Erin called her grandfather talking about trigonometry, she just said trig, and then he was like, yeah, that's Roy Rogers' horse. Why are you doing a crossword? I thought that was kind of funny. But so that's the end of the video. Have a nice day.